Alright, welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi y'all on Wednesday evening. So since it's Wednesday evening, we're gonna do Williams Wednesday on Wednesday. Now, in my defense, been a little while since I did a video, but in my defense, I did one the other day, but for some reason it wouldn't upload. It stalls, it takes forever. I don't know, every once in a while I do one that does that. I don't know what causes it. I'm not really smart enough, I guess, to figure it out. But every now and again, that happens, and it happens. So anyway, there we are. Teeny tiny, little bitty different angle this time. Every once in a while, I like to do it this way for no particular reason. I do a lot of things for no particular reason. But anyway, so we're going to do the vintage Williams in the old scuttle there with a Omega bore. The JR handle on the Omega bore. I can't remember if I used it the other day. I don't go back and look at videos. I don't remember what I did, what I didn't do. But we're going to use the Deb. How you like it? Good old Deb here. I need to dig my Huzzy out, the H1. But haven't got around to it lately. So we'll eventually get there. So I'm at the store the other day, which is in itself not too uncommon. Oh, we got the genuine Williams mug. How's it going, Dave? Dave in Kentucky. How you doing, sir? Hope you're doing okay over that way. Again, I'm behind doing everything, watching videos and everything. And while we're doing shout-outs, hello to Miss Kim. Hadn't talked to her in a while. I got a text earlier. Glad to see she's doing pretty good. And everything seems to be going well. That's always a good thing. And while we're shouting out to the ladies, Miss Susie. How you doing? Hope you're doing all right. But anyway, I was at the store the other day. Just, I don't remember what I was looking for. I was looking for something, but it don't matter. And this would have been one of the dollar stores, probably Dollar General, if I remember correctly. And I found some Stetson body fragrance. And, you know, I like Stetson. My mom was a big Stetson fan. She loved when I wore Stetson. Loved when I was smoking cigars, so the mixture of Stetson and cigar, I guess, was a good one for her. But anyway, I got this Stetson spray. So in the video that you didn't get to see because it wouldn't upload, that's what I was using, I think. Now, it's completely possible that I did that in the video before, and you've already heard the story of the Stetson, and I've forgotten about it. So if it has, you know, bear with me. Act like it's the first time you've seen it. Act surprised. And, you know, we'll move right along. So anyway, I'm up at the checkout, and I was telling the lady, you know, the fragrance my mom used to love, whatever, and she said, "Well, what are you wearing now?" And just so happened I had on the Brute, and I said, "Oh, that's Brute. That's another one of the older fragrances." Blah 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 blah. I said, "Well, you know, smell good." Love it when I get that. I get that every once in a while, that random, "Hey, you smell pretty good today." And I get it occasionally. I can remember a couple of times, "You always smell good." It's like, well, that's better than always smelling bad. Especially when it gets into the warmer time of the year, which we're starting to make it into. I don't know about where you are, but summer is progressing as expected here in Louisiana. It gets hot early, it gets muggy early, it stays that way. The skeeters come out, and you start hearing the skeeter trucks come through, and the skeeter planes flying over at night, trying to keep them a little bit under control. I don't know if you can actually keep skeeters under control, but I guess you got to fight the good battle. And if you don't do anything, it's definitely not a good thing. So you got to do a little bit. So the Deb, yeah. That's what it was called. Now, I don't know if anyone's ever been able to definitively say if Deb was short for debonair or whatever, debutante, I don't know. It's just the Deb was the name. And if I'm not mistaken, the guy that assigned the letter and number system calls it an H2. I think the one that we call the Huzzy was actually the H1, and this is the H2. And it looks a little difficult to use. I can see how you would think it was. It's really not. And this one was marketed towards the ladies. That's a true statement. But just like the other chicks that were, lady chicks and stuff like that, it works just fine. And everybody asks, well, how does it shave? Well, it shaves like a chick. Now, I didn't show you before we started, but maybe, just maybe, unless one of my supervisors is watching, maybe, I cheated last night and didn't shave before I went to work. So that we had a nice growth for the huzzy, and then I forget to show you. I mean, that's possible that happened. Again, unless one of my supervisors is watching, in which case I'm just playing it up for the camera, and things like that don't really happen. No lightning strike, we're okay. All right, get us a second round of the Williams going on here. We'll be rolling right along. So Thomas the Shaver the other day, who is, I guess, an online buddy, I'd say. He lives not too far from here. At least we converse in YouTube videos and stuff. He's got a lot bigger, more impressive channel than mine, and a lot more followers. And I got 7 or 8 people watching my videos and replying, and he'll get thousands of replies and stuff. And then, good guy. But he was talking about the price of the Raising Cane's these days. Now, Raising Cane's, if you're not from this part of the world and never know of it, it's one of them places that sells the fried chicken strips. And that's all they do at Raising Cane's is chicken strips and fries and slaw and bread. That's the only part of chicken they use is the breast strips. But anyway, and the prices have gone up. And I told him to go check the local Izzo's. Now, Izzo's is a burrito place like Chipotle. Only I think it's better, personally. There probably ain't a lick of difference between them, actually. But anyway, and I was telling him to go try Izzo's because things have gone up there too. Used to, it was reasonably priced, in what I would consider reasonably priced, to run down and get a burrito, and then they give you you can get their little meal deal, and you get a bag of chips and some queso dip. Then you get the little soda with it. And I don't know for sure how much it used to be. I don't remember. But I know now it's enough money that I don't feel the need to go by there. I went to a sandwich shop the other day over here. And I got a Reuben with chips and a drink. And it was a nice Reuben. They put a nice amount of meat on it. They need to use more sauerkraut, but I could probably ask them to if I wanted it that bad. But, and then Agent 00 Devin got a California Club or something like that and everything. Anyway, 2 sandwiches, chips, and they don't give you a bag of chips. They got big bags of chips, and they just take you some out and put on your plate with your sandwich. And 2 drinks from the soda fountain. $35. Now, it's a good sandwich. Man, still a sandwich. And the thing about it is, we don't get into politics here, so we're not going to get into the cause of all of it and inflation and everything. But, when everything gets back under control, you think those prices are going to go back to what they were? I don't think so. That's like when it was with they were charging extra for this and that and the other here a while back, and I'm not going to be able to talk in specifics. I'll talk in generalities. And the prices are up because of this and that and the other, and so on and so forth. And furthermore, but when everything changed, and you look around and going, well, those conditions are no longer prevalent. Maybe that's the word I'm trying to get in there. But anyway, you look around and things are kind of back the way they were before. Do the prices go back down? No, they don't. Because the people at the corporations are used to making the money, And I'm not saying they shouldn't. Look, it's our system, free enterprise, whatever you call it. Supply, demand, the market, everything, and you're willing, it's not communist, socialist, you go out and make your money. Again, we don't discuss politics here, so we're not going to get into all the yays and nays and hays of that. But I'm a fan. I get it. I do. But when things get really bad, prices go up, and you look around and all the corporate people are making tons of money, that tells me that the price went up, but their cost didn't go up as much as the price went up. Because if their cost of doing business had gone up as much as the prices went up, then everything would have kind of balanced out. You wouldn't be making record profits. Now, that being said, I'll admit I'm not an economist. You know me, I'm an old security supervisor, old farm boy, old country boy from the Mississippi Delta. But it seems to me that if you're making a lot of profits and I'm paying more money, then a lot of the more money I'm paying ain't doing nothing but making you profits. It ain't charging you more. It's not costing you more to make what you're making and do what you're doing and get it hauled here, there, and yonder. It ain't costing you as much more as you're charging me if you're making record profits. Now, that's just how it seems to me. If anybody would like to make a comment on that, feel free. However, remember, folks, we're not discussing politics here. I'm not letting it get down into that, because I could sit here and rant all day long. Had a little rough feeling right under that jawline, but I think we got it. Check out that shave out. Like I said, I forgot to show you at the start, but it was a couple of days of that old grayish hard growth, and we just bang that right out with this here Deb while we were talking. As you can see, it's not particularly more complicated to use. It's angle and pressure. Remember, if we have something that'll hold a blade, a sharp blade, and we can hold it to where we can maintain constant angle and pressure, it'll shave. And this is a Schick, so it shaves really well. I was able to clean that top lip up, which is always a little bit of a challenge for me. I don't always show that it's a challenge, but it is. But we can clean that top lip up there and keep it going. Go ahead and wrench this brush a little bit. Talked to my pop the other day. Father's Day is coming up. And I texted with my sister not too long ago, my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law. Let me tell you, he doesn't like to text, and I don't particularly like to talk on the phone. I prefer to text. Suppose he don't hear real well. And I just as soon text. So I send, probably thousands and thousands of text. And if I can keep away from talking on the phone, I generally do. And he doesn't like to text it much. But anyway, last I heard, his new job was going good. And everything was rolling along. And they gotten a bunch of rain over at my sister's. I imagine they got it over at his place too. But anyway, my sister posted a video of water standing in her yard. Woo, that Stetson. Mama would be happy. And, but everything was going good. So I got to finish getting ready for work. I'll have time to walk Miss Luna and Hash Brown the hound before I have to go to work, although they got to walk a little while ago, so they ain't really hurting. They got a nice walk around here just a little while ago. But anyway, that's what the spray looks like. I can't remember. I think it was in the video that didn't upload that I was showing it, but it's body fragrance spray. And it's not too overpowering. And I'll let the aftershave here die down some while I get dressed. And before I hit the door, I'll give a little squirt. And I'll probably have a cigar on the way to work. By the time I get there, I'll kind of smell like an old man. And that's kind of okay. In my book. That's actually genuine perk coffee, by the way, in a 80s or late 70s, 80s model poly perk percolator. If you talk to a coffee purist, they're going to tell you that's the absolute worst way to do coffee in the world. It's horrible, just horrible, horrible. I'm telling you, horrible, horrible. But I like it. So there you go. What do I know? All right, well, if it's hot where you are, stay cool. If it's cool where you are, stay warm. If it's wet, stay dry. If it's dry, enjoy. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shades to you. I'm getting around here to hit the off button.